I'm riding around with the windows up, doing 100 on the dashboard. Feeling like can't nobody catch me. Headed to the top, baby, full speed. I said you might need a telescope.
What's up, YouTubers? Welcome to my channel. How's it going? Before anything, please like and subscribe this video. Click the notification bell so you can be notified when I post a video. All right, let's get into it. So today's about tips that I have, my tips. These are my personal tips. This is what I did, and I think that it helped me be successful. So I know a lot of people have questions and they would like to know, what I've done. And so this is it. Let's get into it. So pre-surgery, I recommend that you cut or start to gradually limit things like pasta, rice, and bread. Those were the three major things that so bread, I went cold turkey. I didn't eat bread. I stopped immediately. Rice, I actually slowly changed over the time that I was going through pre-op. And I switched from rice to quinoa to kind of still give me that little ricey texture a bit. And then I also tapered off of pasta. And the reason why I give that suggestion is because in the beginning, for a while, you won't have it, or you won't be able to have it. And so you're just not into a shock. Prepare yourself, like limit it, start limiting how much you're taking, and then even change it. Don't have it, find something else. But pre-op, start changing your diet slowly. Don't just, I went without bread cold turkey. If you think you can go out with something cold turkey, then do so. But other than that, start tapering down on those things. I also quit soda cold turkey. And honestly, the limiting and the quitting of those in particular things helped me lose 27 pounds before surgery. So that's one of my tips pre-surgery. Also, pre-surgery, if you're not someone who is already active, if your activity is minimal or none, do a little bit more. What I used to do, because I don't have necessarily a desk job, but I have an office job, so I would get up every hour. So I bought an Apple Watch. Some people have a Fitbit, but my Apple Watch actually tells me that I've been sitting for too long and to get up. And so what I had started doing around the time of pre-op is I would just get up and walk around. I actually walked around my building every time my watch notified me. So it wasn't me exercising, but it was me doing more than I had been able to do before. So I was walking. So I recommend trying to do some more. If you're going to go grocery shopping, park farther away from the entrance. Try not to pick those close spots because, we're trying to get in there or whatever. Park a little further away so you have to walk. Just do a little bit more exercise pre-op, just to help. You know what I mean? I joined a gym too, and even though I joined a gym, I didn't go often because I was still in a lot of pain. It hurt my knee, but I did more than usual. I started moving. And I think that's really my suggestion to help speed up weight loss during pre-op. Let's go to what you need to take with you for surgery. Now, I didn't know what to take either. I was like, what am I going to need? And I really relied on a lot of people that are experienced and who've already done this, on what they thought on what I should take. And that was great. But I'm going to give you what I suggest. And what I found that should work for most people. So when you go to the hospital, the hospital has almost anything and everything you need. They got towels, they got soap, they got toothbrushes, they got toothpaste. I mean, unless you want to personally bring all your own stuff like that, I wouldn't. You can use the stuff that they give you. So I don't recommend bringing any of those things. If you want to bring your own clothing that makes you feel comfortable, you can do so, but you're going to be wearing your Johnny. I was pretty okay with wearing a Johnny. I don't really need any of my own personal clothes. But if you want, bring some of that. I mean, bring something that makes you feel comfortable. But other than that, I mean, I also don't think that that's necessary. Or a blanket. I mean, well, I will say this. Bring a blanket. Definitely bring a blanket if you're, because hospitals can be pretty cold, and I don't think that their blankets are that effective to help keeping you warm. So I definitely recommend that if you have your own blanket, to bring a blanket. What else? Bring your entertainment. Honestly, you really just need your cell phone and an extra long charger cord, because plugs is going to be usually behind you, and it's going to be you're going to need a really long cord so you can make sure you can keep your phone charged. Bring headphones. I shared a room, so you want to be mindful of other people, so bring headphones. I mean, and if you're in school or you got to do work as well, bring your laptop. But me, I brought my iPad, and I barely used it. I think I used it to watch Netflix, but I really was on my phone most of the time. You're only there for like 2 days, unless something happens and you're there longer. I don't really think you need anything else. Clothing. So people may have something to say about this, but I could care less. I went in and came out with the same clothes. I didn't bring anything to change into. Well, I did bring something to change into, but however, I found that what I was wearing when I was in there was a lot more comfortable. I mean, obviously, bring a change of drawers and a bra, or if men are seeing this, bring a pair of boxers. But you don't really need to bring another pair of clothes, because most likely you've already showered, put that on, and then went to the hospital and took it right off. It's still clean, people. Put it back on and go home. You don't need another pair of clothing, but bring you some clean drawers, please. Because the hospital also gives you socks, so you don't even need an extra pair of socks. Like, take advantage of what this hospital is going to give you, because it's being paid for. Don't go all out. And I think that's pretty much what you're going to need when you go to the hospital. I think you don't need to bring a lot, because here's the thing, you don't want to be carrying all that stuff after. And I mean, my husband carried my things, but it was really unnecessary. I don't think I needed half of that stuff. Half of the stuff I didn't even take out of my bag. Half of the stuff I really just had my phone, my headphones, and because most of the time I was sleeping. I mean, you really don't need much. So that's my tip on that. Surgery day. Now, post-op, what you're going to need. And I think these things are vital, and you should be prepared to have them. So obviously you should have all your recommended foods. You're going to be on liquids, so you should have your protein. You should have enough water. You should have all the things that are recommended for consumption after surgery already. You should do it. I kind of like shopped a month in advance. Or no, I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't start shopping until I got my insurance approval, because I didn't want to go out and buy all that stuff, and then I wasn't even approved to have surgery. So I waited until I was 100% sure that I was going to have surgery. And during the week of my liquid diet is when I started buying all these items. In addition to your food, you should buy yourself new eating utensils. So you want to buy small bowls and plates. I prefer bowls. That's just my preference. But I recommend you going out getting like one of those packets of Tupperware bowls, small ones with tops and lids, because you're not going to finish things. You're not going to finish things. And this way you'll have a way to just quickly close it and refrigerate it. Let me give you an example of what I mean. So like this is my, I think I've showed this before. This is my container for lunch. Kind of give you a sense of how, you know, and this is for me for now because I'm 9 months post-op, but trust me, you ain't gonna be able to finish this, period. But so like small, what I mean containers, like small. This is another one. This one's kind of a little bit big, but I don't ever fill it to, it's like grapes, and it also has like a little top where I could put like cheese and crackers, and oh, that's my peanut butter. So get you some small. And then people, you like to use baby spoons and stuff like that. And I recommend those too, because those could be very helpful because you're going to need to eat slower and they may help you. I was using chopsticks. And it was like, what? Yeah. I mean, because you can only have so much on the chopstick. So, you know, it helps with slowing down your eating and being mindful of how much you're going to put in your mouth. So yes, get your utensils too for slow, for eating. And when it comes to things like your liquids, especially water. So after surgery for me, this bottle of water in a day, in 24 hours, I couldn't finish. I couldn't. It was actually very, very intimidating, this bottle of water. So I recommend that you get the little small bottles of water. If you're going to do bottled water, get them small. It's less intimidating, and you may or may not be able to finish it. I recommend that. I didn't do that when it was around my time, but I struggled a bit too. And I used straws. I know some people say don't use straws, and that's okay. If you want to not use straws, do not. But for me personally, and my doctor was okay with it as long as it was helping me get in my liquids, I used straws. I was dehydrated twice. It was so important for me to stay hydrated, so I used straws. So yeah, get little bottles of water. Get a scale. You should be measuring your food. Get a scale. It's going to be so helpful. Also, for those out there, I'm also going to put all these recommendations. I'm going to show you some pictures of things that I have at the end of this video. It'll show, and in the description, I'll also link to some websites where you can get your stuff. Amazon is the greatest place to go for these items. Cheap, 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 cheap. Shop around. I'm cheap. I don't spend a lot of money. I don't got time for it, so I try to find cheap ways. So, get condiment cups. That's what it's called, condiment cups. And these little 2-ounce condiment cups is where you can, put your pureed food in, like egg salads, tuna, whatever you're gonna, puree. You have these 2-ounce little cups, and again, that helps with visualization and it not being so overwhelming. And you might only be able to eat that anyway. So prepare with those, because I loved them. They were wonderful, and they're so easy to go reach, grab, and eat. You can also use them for your Jell-O. Get condiment cups. So helpful. So yes, condiment cups. Oh, get you pretty much one of those choppers. I mean, I had bought it. It was like at Walmart for like $12. And it's this little chopper, which purees pretty well. So don't go spend a lot of money on a big old puree machine or a blender. I think blenders don't really puree well, but if you get one of those little electric choppers and, you know, put your stuff in there, it purees so good, and it's small and it's portable. So, yeah, those are my recommendations, a little bit of my tips for the first step of your journey. And I hope that it's helpful, and I hope that if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Again, disclaimer, Martina's not an expert. I didn't go to school for bariatric surgery. I don't got a degree and all that. Not interested. But I'm an experienced bariatric patient. I had gastric bypass July 6, 2017. I'm 9 months post-op. My highest weight was 363 pounds. My surgery weight was 338 pounds. And currently, I'm 211 pounds today. 11 more pounds till Wonderland, and I'm so excited. I've never been under 100 pounds in my adult life, and this journey's so worth it. Stay blessed, people. Keep fighting. And again, I'm always here to answer any questions. Again, we can agree to disagree, or, you know, we'll just be who we are. I'm glad you guys came by. Hope you like this video. See you next time.
Fast lane, I don't know what it mean to coast. Now I'm higher than ever before. In the clouds looking for the star of the show. We moving at a steady flow. Roll, just let me know when you ready to go. I'm riding around with the windows up, doing 100 on the dashboard. Feeling like can't nobody catch me. Headed to the top, baby, full speed. I said you might need a telescope, if you're trying to see where we going. Feeling like can't nobody catch me. Headed to the top, baby, full speed.